Right. Going live. Show on stream. What's show on stream? Yeah, that's handy enough, isn't it? Although I don't think I do that too much today. No one on yet. Although my thing is still loading away. Loading away. I might turn off that thing in the background. Turn this off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Hmm. 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 Maybe I should pick up that book. It's very slow this morning. Shlanta, how are you doing, Kevin? Kevin, your comment still isn't popping up on your side. One second, I'll close it and open up again. So it pops up. I don't know. Restream is acting funny this morning, Kevin. How are you keeping? How's everything in your side of the world? I have a fan going off in the background. Give us 1 second there. I'll turn off that blasted fan. Oh, wonder if I can go live on. Let me see. Where am I? Bum, 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 bum. There's not much happening right now. Pop over. So if we get this going on Instagram. Instagram. Create live video with it. And live Irish Medeival. That'll work. Public. Next. Pretty grand, just enjoying the time off from work. How was work today, Kev? Load of shite as usual. Stream key. And then if I go over here, I can connect my Instagram up, I'm sure. Instagram is very temperamental as well. Channel, I'll add a fresh one. Instagram. Username. Give us a second there with that one. I'll copy and paste this one. Home. Oh, some good stuff happening over on Instagram. Right, I'll copy and paste this. Copy. Where is? I'll close this. This is useless. Right, I will see. We'll see if Instagram wants to work or not. Oh no, work today. Oh, aren't you lucky? What day is it today? 28. No, it's not too bad. So you get the Monday off. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because last week they had the day off in Japan for one of their holidays. It says it's streaming. Let me see. Or not streaming. Instagram is really, really temperamental. So I gave it the stream key and stuff, but connect streaming software to go live, which I did. We're still not getting anything. How about I turn this on? Any magic on Instagram? Close this because I don't need that anymore. No. Oh. What's going on? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yes, it is. But I think this one's more of a casual just because of the stone fortification around it, to be honest with you, rather than the old rash. Let me see. I could probably find a good example of a rash. Ring fort. Da. I think it's isn't it the rat ring fort is the one with the multiple defenses on it. I think that's what my wife was explaining it to me because it's my wife that does the archaeology side of things, and I do more of the what was it called history side of things. Bum bum bum. Oh I think we got going. Right, go live. All right, so we're live on Instagram now, which is pretty awesome for me. Right, I'll close this down. Close this. By the way, the comment section on the comment section on what was it called? It's still acting up, believe it or not. I don't know why, but the comment section on this is just diabolical this morning. So I'm gonna have to do this manually, where I have to run around manually to get this fixed. But yeah, isn't it a rat is the one with the multiple, and a cashel is the one with the stone. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see if I can find a good rat. I have one on monastic settlement. Actually, I was meant to post. I'm sure I was supposed to post up a monastic settlement. It's a monastic settlement, which is the equivalent of a city during the Golden Age of Ireland, and then of course with the coming of the Vikings, then we built more urban style cities. Just for anyone who doesn't know, so you got your monastic settlements, which are your main assembly points for all the clans, and then all the clans themselves live in their ring forts. And then you want a rat ring fort. So let me see. Bum, 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 bum. I've put everything all over the place in my folders. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Boom. Because I'm sure the rat is the one with the multiple rings. Rat ring fort. Circular fortified settlement. Typical earth ditch. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, it can be stone. You are right about that. Actually. Bum, bum, bum. I think it's a larger generally than the image is. Why I asked. Give us a second. I'll just quickly go through all the comments, and we'll look up the definition of the difference between a rat and other ring forts. But yeah, you can have. You're right. Actually, you can have stone cashel in the rat ring fort. I have woven art piece of a hummingbird with the Japanese on it. A friend from Taiwan translated it for me roughly some years ago. The bird is dancing. Welcome. Oh, that's so nice. Hello, Philip. Those in the chat. Jim, how are you keeping this morning, Jim? By any news with yourself? I want to say, everybody, Erica Bra. How are you doing, Tim? Any news with yourself? Right, let me poke around still more. My chat on the restream is acting up. So, one second. Think I can click help. Because I don't want to go in and out, but do you know what? Let's click in. I don't know what to say. I'll have to just keep what I'm doing is clicking between this screen over to the other screen and back again. For everybody that liked the live stream so far, thank you so much. That means so much for the algorithm to try to get it up and going. It was flying a second ago, but it seems to have jumped back down again. It does those things. Would random lads today be direct descendants of the chieftains? Am I? I'm not. Maybe Jim O'Neill is. Jim, are you a direct descendant from the chieftains? I got a question there from Instagram, Jim. It's not every day I get one. I get somebody from one side of the chat asking a question to the other side of the chat. But and it would be even more handy if my main chat was up and working. But it is what it is. I'm not even joking. My main chat, it's still disabled. No new comments. Oh, there it is. So it's working there, you know. So At least it's working there. I can't on my side here, which is normally I can see all the comments. It's not there. It's not there. So Slanta, Derry Supreme. How's everyone doing in Derry? If so, how can you find out? What do you mean? If you're a chieftain or not? Well, what you mean by chieftain is either re, which is king. So let me explain everything first, right? So you can have like the king of a to it, but that would be the equivalent of a baron. Like every single baron is referred to as a king, but then you have ranks over them. So then you'd have king, over king, high king, even people pushing up to be like emperor of the Gale. So and that would be the equivalent of a re that's at the bottom would be the equivalent of like the word chieftain. And then later on, you have Taoiseach, which is the head of a clan. I think chieftain is more of a Native American term. You don't really come across much in Ireland, you know. You mostly come across the word king, the head of a clan, which would be Taoiseach, in the late medieval period. And then early on, they're referred to as king, ri fada would be the direct translation. But they were, the king of a clan, and then they would have over kings, high kings, and so on and so forth on top of them. Like, and that's me saying it all in English now. Bum, bum, bum. I'm doing well, thanks. Oh, I am. I might be descended from Shane O'Neill, but I'm not really confident in the sources. I'm definitely not, I myself, I'm definitely not related to any of the main kings, to be honest with you. I don't know anything about my Irish family. Oh, I thought you were related to some of the top O'Neills, to be honest with you, Jim. I know Owen O'Neill definitely brings it into everyone's face for once in a while, especially in the last live stream where Dr. Owen O'Neill was very kind of anti O'Brien's. You remember that, Jim? Do you? The last one where I think we were covering the clans and families of Ireland and stuff. Bum 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 bum. I think the closest way, if you want to find out if you're descendant to one of the head of the clans or something, you'd have to definitely do your family, trace your family roots and everything. But the problem is, it's so difficult to do that, especially after what was it called, 1920s and stuff. But I'll see this weekend to meet up with Mihal. I think Mihal is long asleep now. I gave him a text there to see if he was still awake, and he's long asleep now. Like, but yeah. How many different types of ring forts are there? Right. How many different types of ring forts are there? Earth. All right, right. So rash is anytime the earth is used. Casual stone. Oh yeah, I was right the first time. So it's the earth and ban. Well, okay. So that one's definitely a rat, right? So that's a rat because it uses earth. I was thinking so. This is not a rat because this just uses um, what was it called? Stone. And let me find. I could probably find a better example of a rat ring fort, an earthen ring fort. Da, da, da. Actually, this is a really good example. I probably already have this photo, but I'll show you guys because this is a really good example of a rat ring fort. But you can have multiple layer ring forts as well. That's what they're highlighting. So in this one, it shows that you can have multiple rings on it. So you can have a casual, a rat, and also so on and so forth. So you can have a multi ring fort in your farms, in your fortifications and stuff. And every clan would have their like these. There's thousands of these found all over Ireland because every clan would have had their own ring fort. Well, not every single one of them, but a lot of the major ones. And you guys want me a good example? Let me see. Oh yeah, there we go. And poof. So this is a good example of an earthen ring fort, rat ring fort as it would be in Irish, which is spelled R-I-F-A-T-H. Okay, so that's spelled R-A-F-A-T-H. Rat ring fort. Then the other type of ring fort is a cashel ring fort, which is a stone ring fort. And if you guys are thinking to yourselves, hey, that sounds like, I have an example there. This is the example of a stone ring fort that a clan might have. A king group, a tuat would have, well, a tuat is 1 to 7 ring forts. So that would be a tuat. So a tuat would have 1 to 7, and then a tuat if I remember, or is it the other way around? Is it a two? Sorry, no, I'm wrong. A tuat would have 7 to 30 ring forts, if I'm mistaken, and then more tuats together, like multiple tuats together, would make up a tuat and then eventually they start becoming a confederation, so on and so forth. Ba, 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 ba. Snake's a spear. Ian is my brother from another mother. I imagine Murphys would have come into conflict with the O'Briens on occasions, given how. Which Murphy group are you talking about? The one in Cork? The Cork Murphys? Who was Kevin? Who was under? Who the Murphys under? They served under the McCartys. Hmm, that's interesting. All right. Murphy. Because yourself and Mihal talk about the Cork Murphys all the time. I need to actually look into them more, to be honest with you. I am aware of the Leinster Murphys, and that's only because of the fact that most likely they branched out of the Dacia. And I do find it interesting how the Dacia go in and attack the Roman Empire during the 5th and 6th century. I always find that very fascinating. Let's pop over. I've O'Neill and my family, but we are from Wexford. I apologize for all the Instagram photos. Instagram comments that are not passing over to Restream. I don't know what the problem is with Restream, to be honest with you. I just arrived in Ireland, Dublin. Where can I go see and check out Celtic Viking sites? If you're in Dublin, Dublin is a massive area, especially around Christchurch. Christchurch is definitely a good place to go. I have a map for the early medieval period. Are you just into early medieval history in Ireland? Or are you into late medieval history as well? I don't have the only Viking map. I got this map here, but it doesn't highlight the city areas because you mostly want to, when it comes down to Viking history, you want to focus on the Viking settlements of, what is it, Cork, Waterford, Limerick. Was it Cork, Waterford, Limerick? Cork, Waterford, Limerick. Cork, Waterford, Limerick. Oh, Dublin. Woo. And Wexford. Those are the main city areas that were built and developed by the Gael and the Vikings. So the Gaul Gael, the foreign Irish, as it's directly translated to. Because they ended up, by the time you get into the 10th century, and you have the Irish Vikings. They're made up of both native Gaelic ancestors and of Scandinavian ancestors as well. And they live in the city areas and build up the city settlements of Ireland. What else do we have? I'm a huge history buff and have a very interest in Irish history of all periods. Oh, nice. What else do we have? I imagine the Murphys would have come into conflict with. Oh, I already read that one. Murphys. I have noticed the timber fencing inside the stone fencing. Yeah, that's what I absolutely love about the ring forts. All right, like. Has that been updated, or is that just all outdated? Oh, that's like an hour behind. I'm looking at a stream that's like way behind. Because my comment section is still acting up. It actually only works if I do this. So you guys, if I click on that, you guys can see the comments grand. But I don't know what's going on with Restream right now. I pay for this as well, which is crazy. Like some of you guys, your money goes towards this. Anybody that's subscribed and all this stuff. And now I've got bugs going off. So, oh my god. All this new modern technology. They bring it out and it just doesn't work half the time. Real pain on the side. I'll pop over and see if there's anything happening on my Twitch side of things. Because I also like linked it up with Twitch as well. It's probably nothing ever happening on Twitch. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, nothing happening so far. Right, that's grand. And sweet map that shows a lot of the rivers. Oh, it's handy enough. I just type in early medieval history. Sorry, early medieval map of Ireland on Google, and that's the one that pops up. This map is really handy because it shows off all the Tuat groups in Ireland. A lot of two groups I need to learn. A lot of them. I find early medieval. I just absolutely love early medieval history, but there's so many two groups I need to learn. I need to start making shorts on the two groups, so I might do that. Especially after I finish up doing all the lists on the High Kings, because right now I'm doing shorts on the High Kings, which is really popular with you guys and stuff. I think I'm on Diarmid Macmail no More next, the one that was involved with the fighting with the Battle of Hastings, and then was constantly invading and attacking the English. So Diarmid Macmail no More. He was High King of Ireland during the Battle of Hastings and the Norman invasion of England, and he was allied to the Godwinsons against House Normandy at the time. It's over on Twitch. I'm called Irish Medieval. For you guys are asking over on Instagram. Hello from California. How's California doing today? I'm a huge history buff and I've always been interested in Irish history. Nice. Welcome to Irish medieval history for sure. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to the cliffs of Moher today. Are there any ring forts around? Right up in the cliff of Moher, the one you want to look out for is there's a big, you'd absolutely love it actually. There's a big, massive park. It's an early medieval park called Craganoan. Let me get the spelling for that. I used to work in Craganoan when I was living in Ireland. But early medieval park, would that work? Keep getting that bit wrong, sorry. I get you the right spelling over on. I'll put it on the two sites. Actually, I got a website here. 1 second. I'll just start posting website around this. So over on Instagram, there you go. It's so foggy where I am. Can't see more than 50. Jeez, why is it so bad? Especially in California right now. Very shocked that it's very bad in California. Da, da, da. So I'll post it over there. I was wondering about all the different names on the map. Yeah, that's all the names to the. Do you know what I can do? Is turn this off, and then there you go. So each one of those names on the map are the different to it, and then if you bring those, so that's about 30 ring forts each. Yeah, I think it's about 30 ring forts each. Every single to it has to make up a to it, and it's a combination of all the clans together, and then multiple to it together make up a to it a. And then so that's 120, I'm sure, if I remember. I haven't gone through these notes since last year when I was doing my classes over on Patreon. If you guys didn't know, I run a Patreon class as well every Sunday. I do classes, and my Patreon is Irish Medieval History. So definitely, if you're haven't had an old nosy before on my Patreon, definitely head on over there and check it out. But yeah, this map it's all the to it. I don't know how clearly you can see it on that one. Dun, dun, dun. Pop over. I swear. But yeah, it's not the most clearest map, but it gives you a wee bit of an idea. Unpronounceable names from me. Yeah, Jim, I need to do an old short and actually go through each one of the names for that because they're very, very important for sure. Like, but yeah, it is right now. It's Tuit. Then multiple of them make up the Tuit A, and then what you can see is the Tuit A. So you can see the combination of 120. I'm sure it's 120 to 150 ring forts, and that makes up a Tuit A. So you can see the Tuit A on the on the map, and then bigger again is the province. So we can see here the province of Connacht, Munster, and Leinster. Mead is referred to on this map as the Southern Enale. So the Southern Enale is what they're called on this map, but it should be called Mead. So it should be Mead. But at the same time, they are part of the Enale Confederation. Then you can see Argyll, Ullid, and also you can see the Northern Enale, which is mostly made up of the Kennel Owen and Kennel Connell. San Diego, how's San Diego doing? And how's the SB68919C? That's some name, boy. It's a fancy name. What was it called? I'll pop back in over. Where is my face? There it is, my face. And oh my god, Restream is acting up so bad today. It's horrendous. There we go. You wouldn't think I'd be paying money for this stuff, would you? But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I'll check over on Instagram. I'm from New York. It was freezing there when I landed here. It felt like spring days. Is it that bad in New York right now? How cold is it over in New York? I'm over in Japan right now, so I'm not even back home. Love to get back home, to be honest with you. Are you working on IT or are you just over for the holidays and stuff? Bum, bum, bum. Where else am I flying over to? Right. Let's talk about books that are coming out. I fly over. Do, do, do. Well, I bet I'm getting close, Kevin, but maybe some of them right, but I wouldn't know because I've never heard of those names said out loud. Why is Kevin's comment gone missing again? Oh yeah, I can see Kevin's comment now. Bum, bum, bum. I can't highlight your blasted comment, Kevin. It's so annoying. Do you know what? I'm gonna write a complaint right now. Gonna write a complaint live to Restream. Contact support. My chat is not working, and I am live right now. I need to fix this ASAP. There we go. Literally just live, just start arguing right restream because I'm paying money for this. Like, I see that you are live right now. Let me contact with the support specialist for immediate assistance. Thank you. Thank you. Right, let's see if we can get fixed because I need to fix that. Okay, right. We got a lot of snow in Buffalo. Really? Didn't realize it was still snowing so bad. I know it was snowing very, very bad in what was it called? Um, Ireland so far. I cannot. My comments on Restream right now live, and I need to highlight a few comments. Oof, there we go. So we get these things fixed. Right. Four courts. There's a few books I definitely are coming up. Just a second there. We fly over. Oh, I didn't realize a book on the Jacobite. I literally just seen it there now. A book on the Jacobites are coming out. Oh, it's something coming up from my drink. I heard a funny sound. I didn't know where it was coming from. I was grabbing backs earlier, and now I'm trying to work out where I got this book from. Which one is this? Monastic. Um, do you know what? We'll just type it in. Oh, sorry to hear that you are having issues with the chat. Can you clarify if it's showing here instead? Is that going to break? I'll click that. Oh, wait, actually, no. Open link in new window. That'll work. This chat is waiting for new messages. What? Well, since Jim just left a comment, I don't think that's working. No, it's not working. Okay, I don't know what restream is. I can't. There's no frustrated in trying to fix things live, and people are like acting up. Monastic. I swear I seen this book earlier. Oh, there it is. Right, so this book is coming out on July. Actually, it's already out. It must be a reprint. July 2024. I actually won a whole load of awards in 2025. And it's covering all the monastic sites in Ireland during the early medieval period. So it's definitely quite an exciting one, all right. Like, da, 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 da. I've grabbed this author's book before. Let me see if I can get this on bigger. Ah, there we go. So, if you're into early medieval monastic settlements, this is definitely the book for you. Um, the thing is, monastic settlements in early medieval Ireland are so important because they're one of the main center points in Ireland at the time. As I was explaining a few days back, at, during the early medieval period, the Irish didn't build city centers the way that you would see in Europe, especially like the likes of England and France. Instead, in the center of society, they would have monastic settlements where people would come and have assemblies. And instead, each one of the Irish would have their own ring forts like this, okay? So this book goes into great detail about life in the monastic settlements during the early medieval period. So it's definitely a book worth picking up for sure, like, and it's definitely one I'm going to be chasing after. All of them. Da, da, da. Yeah. Okay. Da, 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 da. I see. Yeah, I still can't see that. See if I can move her to the side because I still need to work. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's still not loading up properly. I don't. They're very annoying. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Pop over here. Yeah, Jim was saying that as well over on the other comment section as well, that it's absolutely freezing up in New York. Who else is having snow? Everybody seems to be having snow right now, for sure. And popping in. There we go. Also, another book that was coming out as well is The Celtic World. This book is coming out as well. Let me have a good gawk at that. There we go. That's out for February 2026. The Celtic World. The dawn of history, the Celts occupied the vast sway of Europe from. I wonder if it sounds like it's a book. Um, the Celtic past has often been disputed, and it's interesting because when we think Celtic, mostly looking at the language side of things and the similarities between the various societies, going from Ireland all the way over to Turkey. Because if, as you guys know yourself, the Celtic people weren't one unified group from our understanding so far, but were divided into multiple groups. But it may have had a completely different system to what was going on in Ireland. And I think the problem is when people think of Celtic societies, they compare what's going on in France with their form of centralization, with the likes of Vercingetorix and stuff, to the king group system in Ireland, you know. But this is quite interesting because it looks like they're looking at it from the perspective of both language and from archaeological finds from Ireland all the way over to Turkey. So although we're not dealing with one group of people, we're dealing with multiple groups, even some of these groups being different ethnic groups, like the Gael in Ireland are different to the Gaul. Like, look how similar those words are, but they're two different ethnic groups. But they share the same language. Also, on top of that, as well, there's so much similarities between the Gaul in France and the Gael in Ireland, especially with the introduction of Latin finds in both Ireland and over in France. But in Ireland, there is difference in the finds. So it will be an interesting book to definitely look at to see what the similarities are between the Gaul in France and the Gael in Ireland. And then furthermore, the Galatians that go all the way over to Turkey as well. Because we know the Galatians had originated from France. So it'll definitely be a quite interesting book to go through. All right. Absolutely fascinating. That book is out on February 2026. If you go to the website, fourcourtspress.ie, I'll post it around actually. Bum, bum, bum. I'll chuck it over to the old Instagram, and then I'll chuck it over to the old, what's it called? YouTube as well. And is it warm? So it's warmer and foggy over in California? Because some other people were saying that it was quite foggy over in California this morning. So I assumed it was cold in California this morning, to be honest with you. Sometimes I've wondered about the Proto Celtic simply mode its way to Britain and Ireland to get it going. The Bell Beaker were simply speaking that sort of language to begin with. Yeah, Kevin, it seems to me that the Bell Beaker people, the Celtic language that we referred to today, was definitely, it seems to be very much indicating that the Bell Beaker people were speaking that as well. But of course, it's way out of my field of expertise, to be quite honest with you, Kevin, because I'm not linguistic. And also, on top of that, as well, I mostly cover the medieval period because there's been a good few times where I've made comments or I've done a wee bit of research on the Bronze Age. I go over and I say a comment, and then somebody has something else that's new research in, The Bronze Age, Ireland and Britain, definitely very, very, very interesting time in research right now because of the amount of new finds that are coming out, and also all the DNA testing that's been coming out as well. Which with the two faces on the head. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, this is an interesting one as well. Let me look that up actually. Two face Celtic statue. Yeah, stone. Do, 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 do. Why? Two face Celtic stone. Oh, there's a good few of them. Divine power. They're taught to have dated from Ireland. Well, of course they are. Oh, it's meant to represent life and death, male and female, and yin and yang, good and evil, allegedly. So they're meant to be the opposites, allegedly. So I guess one face, I suppose, by the way this is lighting and stuff, I suppose this is meant to be the bad face and this is meant to be the good face, Jim. One's meant to be male, one's meant to be female, I guess. I suppose that's what this means. I don't know. Let's just move around. This is another book. My wife actually worked on this a wee bit, all right, as well. Let me have a gawk. This one still being pushed back again. We've been waiting for this book, by the way, for ages to come out, and it gets pushed back a lot. Let me see if I can find. But yeah, this one's an interesting one because there was a lot of tons of really interesting finds at this site. I'm trying to find out bloody hell. I'm quickly scanning through to see if I can find new titles. That's it. There we go. So this has been pushed back to September 2026. So we've been waiting some time for this book to come out, but on the Four Courts website, it's been pushed back to 2026. Let's see if there's any copies or anything come out already, but yeah. Right now, it seems to be, yeah, it's going to be out on 2026, September 2026, okay, is when it's meant to come out. But, So, this is one of the most significant medieval sites discovered in Ireland. The original archaeological digs were done between 1980 to 1998. And it was a multi-period wetland site that yielded tons of archaeological finds with multiple levels from the Neolithic, Bronze Age, and early medieval period. So that's quite interesting, all right. Like, so it definitely is. It's not just an early medieval ring fort. The fact there's Bronze Age and Neolithic and Mesolithic as well under it is quite interesting in itself. And all right. So the original archaeologist on the site passed away in 2014, and so they went off and did more archaeological work in 2018, where they did several more digs on the site. And so this book is the updated version to all these archaeological digs that was done in 2018. So it's definitely something to get a hold of for sure. Bum, bum, bum. Where am I? So grab that over on the Four Courts Press as well if you guys wanted to look forward, look past, and learn from both. Oh, aye. So that one's also a very, very interesting book. Definitely one that's really important to pick up for sure. And where else am I? This is another bloody book as well. It's been pushed back. This one right now is pushed back to September 2026 as well. And it's a book that a lot of people are gunning for, which is going to be the Norman invasion of Ireland in 1169, especially politically right now because of all the arguments to do with the unification of Ireland. However, we're still missing, when it comes down to the Norman invasion of Ireland, we're still missing a lot of literature to do around it, especially what was it? Oh, what was the name of that blasted paper? Pope paper to Henry II. Liabilitor, that was it. This just popped into my head right now. Yeah, the Pope had given a liabilitor, which was a piece of paper, to Henry II to justify the Norman invasion of Ireland in 1172. The 1169 invasion was a invitation. Diarmid MacMurrough was a baron in Ireland, and he was looking to usurp the O'Connors. And so he got a whole load of mercenaries over from Wales, Strongbow and stuff. But Strongbow had been going against his king, Henry II. But Henry II also was allowed to invade Ireland with the piece of paper from the Pope in 1155. It was a liabilitor, which was a piece of paper that justified Henry II invading Ireland in 1172. So he invaded Ireland to attack Strongbow, who was in the middle of being quite successful usurping the O'Connors at the time. But ultimately, it turned the whole situation into a complete mess. Ultimately. So what we ended up having is Ireland, according to the liabilitor, depromoted from being a kingdom of Ireland to the lordship of Ireland. But also on top of that as well, the Normans never fully conquered Ireland. So what we end up having is all these, mess pretty much all over the place. And even into the 13th century, like the closest person you come to having a high king in Ireland is Aid O'Neill. And the English under Henry III are pretty much, businesses in England and France. It's not in Ireland. Henry III is so pinned down with fighting against the French. So what happens is that the Irish are kind of left to their own devices, both the old French families that had immigrated with the Norman invasion of Ireland, and also on top of that as well, the Gaelic Irish who were trying to basically go medieval and capture as much land as possible while chaos is about, So it'll be interesting, all right, to see what Sean Duffy's interpretation of this book will be, especially when there's so much arguing going on right now, even in the definition and identity of these old French barons, with them being referred to as Norman, Anglo Norman, Cambro Norman, Anglo Irish, Hiberno Norman. You've seen it with me as well, like the amount of times I've been in conversations and even myself being like, well, what do you refer to them in this conversation, So it'll be an interesting book for sure. Hi, Cavan. Yeah, there was one discovered in Cavan, all right. Looks good book, mate. Yeah, I say you'll have no problems picking up that one, Wayne. What little symbol do you have today, Wayne? You have a little symbol next to your name. I can't remember what it was. Interesting one. I assume you got that from the subscriptions as well. Uh, duh, 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 duh. My chat right now is still on the old ring of death. But if I click here, it's so strange. If I click here, all the comments pop up. Absolutely no problem. So I don't know what's going on. Any news over on Instagram? Not much. Just people popping in and out to say hello. Bum. I need to get myself an old drink. Do you know that? Give us one moment there, and I'll grab myself a drink of water. Oh, do you know what? Actually, what I could do, hopefully I don't get into trouble this time, Kevin, is I can. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, it's grand. Bum. Hopefully I don't get into trouble for this again. We're just going to assume it was a video that was malfunctioning. Viking. We'll pop over here. And actually, this is great. Maybe not this one. I was looking for a better. Yeah, probably this one. Yeah, that's much better. And what I'll do is. And where am I going? Oh, yeah. How's this come out?
93 to 1066 AD,
Oh, yeah. Oh, except for Axe Up.
a period during the Middle
Oh, yeah, no, it
Ages when
works.
Norsemen, known as Vikings, undertook large-scale raiding, colonizing,
That's
and
perfect. Give
conquest.
us one moment. Oh, no, it just wants to be slow.
The good thing about modern
Do you
Vikings
know
is that
what I'll do? I'll close that window off and then close this one. Because it works. I don't know why. It always works better when it's a separate one. It's so temperamental. Modern technology is useless. Bring back everything from 1984 for sure. Like, you know, when stuff used to actually work? Dun, 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 dun. The problem is these days people do such quick fixes because they're trying to quick fix something before getting into the next problem again. You know, so what you end up having is stuff that it's so buggy, you know. La 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 la. Um, yeah, this one seems to be grand. Okay, let me try it this way. Media. Oh shit, that didn't work. 1 second. Okay, let me try that again because I clicked the wrong bloody button, didn't I? All right, that's the button I need to click. Yeah, except for that, it's not working. Okay, it works there. Oh, right, and that's not working out. Yeah, typical. No, just when you get up and going, this is cranky as hell. Welcome to the internet. Okay, there's so many problems with bloody restream as usual. I pay money for this one, like, do you know, and it's always blasted cranky. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Trying to fix problems with this restream is poor usual. Don't pay money. Don't pay money. That's all I'm saying. When it comes down to anything to do with YouTube, never pay money. Do it all yourself and do other stuff, but never, 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 never pay money. Never pay money. You're literally you'll end up in a world of frustration, especially when you're doing anything live. I'm trying to fix a dozen problems now, like, you know, like this is the point where the laptop gets flung out the window because problems popping up at Restream. Close this. Oh my god. What is wrong now? I have problems with this. For some reason, at the same time, I've got Google also being like, oh, you need to give us more information. Okay, right. Click on that. Okay, right. That's grand. Right, now I'm back in my thing. Google popping up and saying, give us more information. Give me your number. Give me this. Give me that. We've locked you out. Haha. Right. I'm going to fix everything in front of me. Da, 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 da. And okay. What's the crack? Trying to fix everything by Johnny. You're back on again. Just as you were popping up, by the way, I couldn't see the comments. That's what I was trying to fix there. So I was getting a bit frustrated, Johnny. To be honest with you, I was under the impression that Ireland had been invaded many times but never conquered. Yeah, it was never. It turned that blasted campaign turned into a complete mess. To be honest with you, Jim, the Norman invasion of Ireland, and then you had the Tudor conquest of Ireland. But the Tudor conquest also turned into a complete mess, and that was the 16th century. So throughout the entire medieval period, Ireland is not conquered. It's not like it doesn't, officially become. You constantly have the British sharing around that says, "Oh, we own the Ireland of Ireland," but that's typical conqueror attitude. But they never, properly conquer Ireland until 1803 when they shoot Lord Edward Fitzgerald dead, and they seize the Irish Parliament. And that leads to the Irish Rebellion of 1798 and also the Irish Rebellion of 1803. And of course, then the British had no clue how to run the administration. And it was to blame, they were going to blame everybody for when you had people starving in Ireland, quote unquote, for a potato famine, which wasn't, because they were literally actively taking food out of Ireland and leaving people with no food. And they assumed people could just survive on potatoes alone. And of course, what happened? The blight came and wiped out all the potatoes, So, not good. Not good for sure. Da, 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 da. Just flying around now, just doing my bits and babs. Nothing too special happening over on Instagram. Instagram's alright, but it bounces around like there's no tomorrow. Right. Da, 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 da. I don't know much about Irish history except that my people have a statue and I remember all the heroes from. Oh, nice, nice. That would be from the St. Patrick's Battalion in Mexico, isn't it? Need to read up more on that one. A lot of people did talk about the St. Patrick's Battalion in Mexico, all right, for sure. Like, I'm going to actually. What I'll do is I'll see if I can get that blasted thing working again. It's very cranky right now, as usual. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. See if we can get the sound. Sure. And then from there, I can click Viking reenactment. Is it working on this side though? Oh, it is. Oh my god. That's amazing. It wasn't too difficult, was it? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god. Wow. It's a bit slow and cranky as usual though.
We sleep, live, and eat while we're on the campaign. So feel free to take a look around and enjoy yourself.
Let me think. It seems to be grand now. Right. Now, what's going on inside? Oh, yeah. Oh, now my restream comment section are working. Alright. Oh, what are you talking about? Are you looking for bank cards there, Jim? I've got a few bank cards you can look at if you want to. That kit is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Looks phenomenal. Back here. Just give us a second there. Just get a quick drink. Wow. Right. I would swear that the average Irishman ate around 8. Oh, before the. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me as well with the way things were going and stuff. The potato famine, like, I wouldn't even, like, a lot of people don't even call it the potato famine anymore. It's more like the Great Hunger. You know, the potato famine, kind of for a lot of people, indicates that the Irish only ate potatoes alone. And that's not the case at all. Like, oh, your favorite. Can we skip that? Yeah, we can. Oh, yeah, Christopher, what's the crack? How are you keeping by? Any news with yourself? That's some nice food there. Food from the wider Viking world, Christopher. Oh, she's acting a wee bit slow. In it. Oh, aye. The old kite shields. This must be the 11th century because of the usage of the kite shields and the nasal helmets. This is Frank from Blackpool who has this up. Of course, the internet is working absolutely amazing right now. Happy old Christopher. Do you like the old Vikings and Normans, do you? The old French. It's funny how the English always put on their posh British accents when they're playing Normans. I don't know why that is. Big lads in there. Cool watching them get out of. See them having riveted mail. Bigger lad. Seems to just have the gammon said no riveted mail. Like the way the mail goes around his cheeks. It's pretty cool, alright, like. Make sure that's completely covered, like. Stops the decapitation as well. So he most likely would die from blunt trauma. No, I was just messing around about Google. Missing you with you one more. I know, right? Seems to be alright right now. God, she's very cranky. Oh, she turned off. My internet is so cranky. I don't know what the problem is. I'll turn that off now. Oh, that's strange. My comments turned themselves off again. Oh, but they're back on. Oh, I have terrible. I don't know. When it restreams from the YouTube over, sometimes it can be so cranky between them. Dun, 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 dun. Right. I might finish up the chat here since there's not much going on. Right. Right. What do we have planned for next week? Okay, so tomorrow I am on again with Rachel between around 11. So around this time next tomorrow, I will be with her for Medieval News. So I'll be on it for that one. Around 11 around 11, and then I'll see you next week. I'm trying to get guests on for next week, so we'll see what we can do there. And this week as well, I'm covering what was it called? The Gaelic. What was it called? Not Gaelic. I'm covering. Oh, Gaelic Ireland during the 13th century. So I'm doing the rise and fall of mostly the fall of the O'Connors, especially against the Burghs and stuff. And that is on Sunday. So if you're interested in that stuff, definitely head over to my Patreon and check that out as well. Other than that, guys, thanks very much.